So I greet this morning from the stone circle from Tamara. It's still a short before sunrise, but it's such a beautiful light that I felt the call to start the filming now. And I'm sitting here at the stone of the lust. So the first 2 weeks ago, we took the card of Peace Community, Almendres, the reconnection to the prehistorical peace wisdom. From there, we took the card last week, the Thinker. And I can say this card helped me a lot to go through the week, to always relate my thinking coming from an open heart and connecting to the sentence of Einstein, who once said, "The thinking of the future must make wars impossible." So it can help us to stay focused, and we know how much forbidden this power was in the culture of war, to really ask to an end, to really think, to really ask, to really want to know. And it helped us a lot to build a network like a spider with all the peace points which we see and know. And this week now we have here the lust. So I think it's interesting that we have again a very, very suppressed power. If you look to the internet for the question of the lust, it's still mentioned mainly about the biggest sins, the sins of death. And we know how much suppressed this power of the purity of lust was in the last centuries. And what a work it is to do, to re-honor it again, and to find the inner freedom in the centerness of our body consciousness. So if I reconnect to the prehistorical culture, I know that lust, sexuality, the beauty of sexuality was in the center of peace communities, holding it together in honoring the polarity of life and in honoring the possibility of to build unity. So taking this card for this week, it will remind me to stay with all our projects, with all our thinking, connected with the body consciousness. Discovering the deep connection to the being and body, what does this mean? And knowing that also body is consciousness. Lust carries consciousness. As long as it is so forbidden, it creates a lot of torture, violence. If you look what happened on the 7th of October, when Hamas made this attack in the kibbutzim and the other places in Israel, we know how much it was also connected with dark sexuality, with torture, with one nearly can't look to it, what happened there. And it's still coming from these centuries of education where this real purity of lust was forbidden. So if you imagine that our energy comes from one side from the heaven and from the other side from the earth, coming down through all our chakras, going through the heart chakra to the sexual chakra. And if this is always suppressed, how can we think with an open heart? So for me, the consciousness and lust are very much together. Being centered in the lust, in the body, I find I can go with the flow of all movements. I'm not attached to my thinking. I'm not attached to certain identification, but I know much deeper about the unity of life. So the consciousness of lust creates the relation, the connectedness to all beings. I am part of earth. I am part of water. I am part of fire. I am part of the air with my breathing. And all of this is connected in what we call the ether, where the consciousness is anchored in unity. And if we look to the beautiful embracement of a loving couple in a sexual encounter, what are they looking for? It's so often the coming beyond personal identity, experiencing unity. As long our consciousness cannot carry this, we get lost in attachments, in neediness, in longings. But if we find the consciousness in this reality, then we discover freedom. And maybe this is the reason why it was so much forbidden that a person who really stays centered in their own passion of fire and consciousness is not governable anymore in the old way. And it won't be identified with philosophical identification. We use our thinking to the awareness for life. So this is the gong for the sunrise, which will soon be there. And maybe use this week to anchor all our actions in body consciousness. We can maybe every day have some minutes with conscious breathing, with conscious being really aware, not thinking about yesterday, not thinking about tomorrow, but about what is here and now. And then feeling it in the cell system, in the dancing of our own cells. So in the beginning, lust is not connected with the outer world. In the beginning, it's awareness of life powers with the invisible and the visible part in our being. So for this, I wish all of us a blessed week. And I want to tell you that on our website, we have announced now the new decision. We gave birth to it in the last week. So we will go for the equinox to call out meditation for the World Water Day at many places, to call out meditation at power places for equinox. And you will find it on the website. If you are interested, you can participate. We are happy at many places on this globe to make the net of the intelligence visible, who is really acting, dealing and thinking in the name of peace. And the other thing, what I want to tell you, it will take place every last Sunday in the month. We have a webinar for all the ones who want to deepen the network between us, between what are we doing with this building a network on a spiritual level. So warm welcome for the ones who are interested. You find all the information and the links on the website. And I wish all of us that that the drive of this year is connecting us with the inner plan, which is inside our cell memory, which really knows about peace and which can and will help us to manifest peace inside and outside. I want to tell you, here in Tamara, we decided every Friday morning at 7:30, we have a meditation for ending war, especially focused on Middle East, on Gaza, on Israel, how to really focus that the war can be ended, and to look what insights do we have if we meditate in inner silence, and what kind of action is wanted from us to do. Warm greetings and have a blessed week. Ya Asim.